Hello everyone, Twana Michelle here, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Coach and Mental Health Therapist. And today we are going to talk about ghosting. What does it mean when the narcissist ghosts you? And what does ghosting mean in general? Now, if you are familiar with ghosting, then you know how horrible it feels. Basically, it's when someone disappears from your life. It's often a romantic interest, maybe someone you've been dating casually or dating a while, or sometimes it's even someone that you've been in a longer term committed relationship with and they want to bail and they are just basically cowards and they are not able to communicate with you. So I'm going to first just touch on just ghosting in general and what that may mean. Basically, it means that someone is no longer interested in you for whatever reason. Perhaps they may feel intimidated by you. Perhaps they think that you want more of a commitment than they do and they were looking for something more casual. There could be a number of reasons why someone would ghost you, but it basically means I want to end this communication that we have. I want to end this relationship. And I'm either too afraid to tell you or I'm too inconsiderate. And often it's a combination of both. Um, Leaning more toward the inconsiderate, someone who ghosts you, they don't really care about anyone else's feelings besides their own typically, because someone who has empathy and someone who has a good conscience, they are not going to feel good or feel right with themselves if they are just disappearing without giving you any reason, any warning, any explanation. So they usually don't care about how it's going to make you feel. And then on top of that, there's sometimes fear associated with it. They don't know how to tell you. They don't want to face you. They're afraid of emotional expression. They might be afraid of how you might react. They might also be afraid of how in turn it will cause them to react. So they take the easy way out. They rather just disappear and not say anything. That is always a huge red flag, okay? Now I'm going to talk about what it means when the narcissist ghosts you, because the narcissist does something called ghosting and baiting. And usually if someone ghosts you and try and come back into your life, you're likely dealing with a narcissist or some other type of toxic person or some other type of personality disordered individual, because they are basically playing games with you at this point. They are attempting to manipulate you. They are basically giving you breadcrumbs and intermittent positive reinforcement and attention and affection and gestures of love when they think you need it, which is when they feel like you might be pulling away, catching on to them, not really meeting all of their needs, not being good enough supply. So what they're going to do at that point is, in order to regain control of the situation, because it's all about power and control with the narcissist, in order to regain that control, they are going to discard you. And sometimes they do that in the form of ghosting. Now, when we look at the narcissistic abuse cycle, it starts with the idolization stage, which includes the love bombing. And then we have the devaluation stage, where they are going to start to devalue you. They're going to start putting you down. And maybe it might be, in the form of some emotional abuse, but they're definitely going to start to devalue you. And then after that, they're going to discard you. And often they will discard you by ghosting. Sometimes they'll do that with a really dramatic exit. And then after that, they're going to hoover, which is try and do whatever they can to get you back. And that's where the baiting comes in. And that's often manipulation as well. So when the narcissist ghosts you, it means several things. It means, I'm mad at you and you need to be punished. You're not being good enough supply. You are not putting my needs first. You are not giving me everything that I need. You are not basically feeding my ego and making me feel better about myself. You are catching on to who I am, and there are too many confrontations about my behavior, and I don't like it. I have found temporary supply, or I have secondary supply that has already been there, right? There's always someone else that they are usually involved with. And if they're not actively involved with them at the time they're involved with you, then they kind of keep this person hanging on so that when they need them, when they need that extra supply, then they'll go running to them. And often they'll make the secondary supply the primary supply. So there's always someone else, okay? So they might ghost you for that reason. Or they might ghost you just if they feel like you are just feeling too confident in yourself. If you seem to be doing well, just emotionally and mentally, and you appear self-confident, self-esteem, and you're being productive and meeting goals, and you're happy with yourself and you're happy with your life, and it's not about them. They can't handle when you are happy and it has nothing to do with them. So this all goes back to control and power manipulation. In order to get the upper hand again, in order to get you back where they want you, they have to ghost you. Because when you ghost someone, for one, it leaves them completely confused. They have questions. They feel emotionally devastated. If they were pretty confident with themselves, it's probably been knocked down a few notches. So they're feeling vulnerable. They're feeling not as good about themselves, not as sure of themselves. They have questions. Because they have so many questions for you, whenever you come back, whenever you decide to call, text, email, show up, they're going to be willing or wanting to communicate with you because they want answers. They want to know, why'd you do this to me? How'd you do this to me? It's bait. Don't take that bait, okay? So not only that, they also know that you will likely do almost anything to avoid being ghosted again. And so it's like every time they ghost you and then bait you to get you back, and they can bait you in many different ways. They bait you by love bombing you. They bait you by trying to get sympathy from you. They bait you by evoking any type of emotional response from you, hoovering, constantly reaching out to communicate with you. Communication is a narcissist's biggest weapon. Don't fall for it. Go no contact if and when you can. So they're going to bait you, and it's going to be easier to bait you because they've left you in a state of emotional turmoil, which you want some resolution to. And unfortunately, you are looking toward the narcissist to get that resolution, to get those answers. And also that intermittent reinforcement of giving you a little bit of what you want here and there, which is also called breadcrumbing. Well, that keeps you more addicted to them. That keeps you trauma bonded to them. So you're always searching for and waiting for these highs that these people give you from coming in your life, love bombing you, devaluing you, ghosting you, hoovering to get you back, abusing you, ghosting you again, or leaving you with some dramatic exit, and then starting the cycle all over again. So just know that ghosting basically means that someone, especially a narcissist, is trying to gain power and control over the relationship, and they are trying to manipulate you emotionally. Try not to have sympathy for anyone who ghosts you. I know sometimes it can be hard because we're thinking of reasons they do it, and wow, that they must have been so afraid they couldn't even speak to me, and maybe I did. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. So often we tend to blame ourselves. Maybe I did something to upset them. Maybe I made them angry in some way. Maybe I hurt their feelings. And so we have all these questions, and sometimes we blame ourselves, and we feel sorry for the people who ghosted us and walked out on us. And we think either there's something with me, or they're just too afraid to tell me. They don't have the communication skills. They don't have the confidence. Listen, someone who ghosts you does not care about your feelings. And yes, fear may be a part of it, as I mentioned. Not if you're dealing with a narcissist, but just with ghosting in general. It doesn't matter, because is that the type of person you want to be in a relationship with? That is someone who is unreliable, untrustworthy. That's a huge red flag. So when it happens, let them go. Get the closure you need from yourself. You're never going to get the answers from them anyway. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Let me know what your experience has been with ghosting. Leave it in the comment section down below. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. That really does help with the algorithm, which helps my channel. Share this video out with others who you think may be interested in this topic. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting on? We'd love to have you be a part of this community. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.